Hello everyone, my name is Dita Aprilia, and on today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use modal auxiliary verbs plus infinitive. What is modal auxiliary verbs? A modal auxiliary verbs, often called modal verbs or modal, is used to change the meaning of other verbs, commonly known as main verbs, by expressing modality, that is, asserting or denying possibility, likelihood, ability, permission, obligation, or future intention. To use modal auxiliary verbs plus infinitive in bare infinitive forms means we are using infinitive without the particle to. You must remember that when we use modal auxiliary verbs plus infinitive in bare infinitive forms, we don't use the particle to. On today's video, I'm going to be focusing on modal verb shall and should. Modal verb shall is used in many of the same ways as will. To form future tenses, to make requests or offers, to complete conditional sentences, or to issue maxims or comments. Using shall adds an additional degree of politeness or formality to the sentence that will sometimes lacks. And last, shall is only used when I or we is the subject. Let's take a look. To form a simple future tense, for example, I shall call from the airport. We shall go to the beach. We shall not tell her what happened. Alright, next. We can create interrogative sentences using shall to make offer, suggestion, or seeking advice. For example, shall I wash the dishes? Shall I carry your bag? Shall we walk along the beach? Shall I call again on Tuesday? Where shall we begin? Who shall I invite to the meal? Next, we can create conditional sentences by using shall and if to express things that are likely to happen in the future. For example, if my flight is delayed, I shall cancel all my plans for tomorrow. I shall contact the post office if my package has not arrived by tomorrow. And lastly, in the formal context, we can use shall to make a comment. For example, students shall remain silent throughout the exam. Alright, the next is modal verb should. The modal verb should is used to politely express obligation or duties, to ask for advice, suggestion, and recommendation, to describe an expectation, to create conditional sentences, and to express surprise. Let's take a look. We can use should to express polite obligation. For example, guests should vacate their hotel rooms by 10 a.m. on the morning of their departure. I think you should pay half for the meal. You shouldn't play loud music in your room at night. Next, we can use should to ask for recommendation and advice. For example, you should get a good map of London before you go there. You should visit Bali on summer break. You shouldn't eat so much junk food. It is not good for you. What should I see while I'm in New York? Should she tell her boss about the missing equipment? Next is we can create conditional sentences. For example, if anyone should ask, I will be at the bar. If your father should call, tell him I will speak to him later. We can use should to describe an expectation. For example, they should find this report useful. We should see the results shortly. And lastly, we can use should to express surprise. For example, I was minding my own business when who should I encounter but my brother Tom? The festival was going well when what should happen but the power goes out? I think that's all for today's video. I hope this video will be helpful for you and thank you for watching.